The collect function will create a collection. Well, what is a collection, you're asking? A collection is a temporary space where we're storing data. If you're a SQL Server person, it's like a temp table. If you're a developer, it's like an array. And if you're none of the above, don't worry. It's a temporary space where you're going to add and take away records, manipulate those records, and potentially do something with those records later. They're super fast because they're local in cache. So they're a much faster way of like doing mass kind of manipulation of the data before you load it somewhere else. So to test this out, let's look at our trusty application here. I'm going to go over to our trusty application, which you can find in the description of this video, and go to the collect option right here. In this collect option, we'll see a number of things. I'll go ahead and purge this table. So right now on the left, on example 1, as I go through and I type a value and hit the button right here, you'll see unlike the clear collect, the collect function is adding a record each time to my table. Every time I hit that button right there, it's adding a new record. Where clear collect, very similar syntax, wipes and loads the record each time. So every time I hit that button, it basically adds the record. The other one down below here will take all the records from this table right here and move them over to the table on the right. There we go. And if I hit it again, it's going to add the same 3 records every time I hit that button. So how does this work? Well, let's zoom in a little closer to find out how the collect function works. First of all, you'll see in the syntax right here. Or if I exit designer mode and hit the collect me button, either way, you'll see the same syntax. Let's take a look at it. What's happening here is it's going to collect into a given collection. There's my collection name right here. Now, you can call it whatever you want, and if that collection does not exist, it will create the collection for you. After that, it's going to specify the column using these curly braces. Anytime you refer to a record inside of Power Apps, use curly braces to designate this is the record. So my column is going to be equal to whatever I have in this text box right here. Now down below, for example 2, it's very similar syntax. Collect our collection name, comma, wherever our source data is coming from. That source data could either be another table, an Excel spreadsheet, or another collection if you wanted it to be. In my case, I'm pulling data out of collection 1 and loading collection 2, but it could be whatever you want to do. Now, after you've loaded that in here, you can look on the left side, hit this little icon, this variables icon, and you can see the collections that are currently in place and even right-click and view those tables at any point if you wanted to as well. So as I go through each time and hit that, collect table, collect table, collect table, collect table, we'll see those records start to grow, and then we can identify those records, right-click, view table, and we can see this is my first example right there, and look at the second one right here, and let's see how we look. Oh, there we go. There's our records over and over and over again. Now, this is a simple way of doing this. You can find the code for each of these on these buttons right here. All right, again, you can always find this application in the description of this video and check it out and play with the code that to your own heart's desire.